Bachelor Nation, will you accept this rose? We love you. Love is in the air. It's magic. 'Cause love is on the air. On TV. So love is on the air. Podcast. It's a podcast. Podcast. Love is in the air. It's magic. 'Cause love is on the air. On TV. So love is on the air. A podcast. It's a podcast. Andy, Liv, Sarah, and Glenn. Bachelor Pod, it's the Bachelor Pod. It's a podcast about the Bachelor.
The Bachelor Pod starts now.
Hey everybody, it's me, Andy. This isn't the usual beginning of our podcast because due to some weird technical glitch that I honestly have no idea what happened, we lost like the first, 25, 30 minutes of the episode this week, which sucks because it's the first episode and it's the one where we're going through and rating all the dudes. So luckily, though, we did still manage to get the bulk of this episode and most of the guys. It did hit us at Bryce, though. That's where we cut off. So we missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dudes, which sucks. I'm so sorry. I don't know we're not going to be able to get together to record again. So I'm going to give you this quick rundown of what and Sarah's in my ears telling me what happened. So we're going to give you a kind of a quick rundown via me as to what we all thought of these bachelors. So we started off the episode talking about this is super weird. We started talking about Rachel, what we thought of her gown and everything. Everyone seemed to be pretty into it. We're just basically stoked about Rachel. We think she's great. We definitely talked about a couple of the lawyer scenes off the top and how they were definitely fake. Certainly not real. Like you can't just film the jury in a courtroom when it's happening. Everyone knows that. And especially in Josiah's bit, they fully showed the jury in a few shots. So, I mean, that's clue number one, that they're not really showing an actual court scene there. So definitely staged. I think we saw, what was it, like Jack Stone and Josiah's court scenes? No, it was hers. It was, yeah, that's what it was. It was Lindsay's. Anyways, or Rachel Lindsay's. Yes, we're also a day late because it was Liv's birthday and everything. So like it just adds to the bummer of this thing screwing up. So anyways, we did a little bit of catching up, but you can catch that in the last episode. We caught up big time in that one. The pre-show, we did like the mid-season one where we talked about all the happenings in Bachelor Nation. So yeah, that's where it's a bit of a harder catch up there. Okay, so let's get into it. The boys, the dudes. First one was Adam. For some reason, they didn't who was it that didn't remember Adam? Like Sarah didn't remember Adam, and neither did Glenn. And it was like me and Liv were like, "Wait, that's the one. That's Adam Jr." We loved the Adam Jr. bit though. Then everyone was on board. Remembered. It was brought up that they loved the person who drew the face on that little Adam, and that he was from Paris. They thought that was super funny, or Lyon, France, rather. So yeah, Adam. Everyone loved the bit. Felt like it stood out enough, but then no one really pictured Adam as being. Yeah, definitely didn't really see Adam being a front runner at all. Next was Alex, who came in with the vacuum cleaner, which Glenn was into, and some of the other, I think Liv was into, but I thought was brutal. I wasn't into Alex at all. Pardon? I'm just gonna unmute you so they can just hear you talk now.
Oh, sorry. He was muting me because I am eating dinner because I am on my way out. So this has been, you're gonna get a little Andy and Sarah having a little bit of a weird time, and then you'll get the full podcast.
And then you'll get the full podcast, but you're getting us both.
I loved when he went, and we talked about this, but like when she was trying to have a conversation with someone and he went by with that vacuum.
He went by with the vacuum, and we were saying that's got to be a producer call because they like blatantly ignored him. There's no way you would be able to ignore a dude with a vacuum like that while you were trying to have an actual discussion. So
no,
No way. No way. No chance. That being said, though, Alex did get some favorable comments from Gliv. No, I'm talking about Alex. Yeah. They did get some favorable comments. They were into him. They thought he was handsome. Can't deny that. He's looking good. But personally, I don't think Alex is going anywhere. Then we got Anthony.
Yum, 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 yum.
And the show, obviously here you could hear the hosts were big on Anthony. Glenn, Liv, Sarah, all loved him. I thought bit of a snooze. I think Anthony's boring. However, I can't understate the fact that the other three, and Sarah can vouch for this, you guys loved him, right?
Oh yeah, I think he's going through the end. See?
Sarah with a full taco in her mouth thinks that
I have to eat. I have no time, and I know it's the most annoying thing, but I'm going to tell you, the beginning of this episode is going to be a bit annoying because we fucked up.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so Anthony seems like a lot of people were into him. Handsome dude. He's. Oh yeah, we also started calling people long instead of tall, so that's going to come up in the later part. So I don't want you to be thrown off by that.
Yeah.
We had a good laugh. We had a good laugh at this point about how long a person was, and that's how you say that they're tall. Okay. After Anthony was Blake E, and this started our first talks about Waboom, because obviously Blake E had a real problem with Waboom, and this guy, we also said this guy is 100% shit. Like I think this guy's worse than Waboom. What did you think that?
Yeah, because he was too obsessed with Waboom.
Exactly.
Also, I think he's like, we talked about how much of a piece of shit he is, that he was like a whole parcel of shit.
Yes, exactly. Right. So he's a complete parcel. He's a package. He's the complete shit package, we said. He talked about his dick at the beginning. He already has a problem with one guy, even though that one guy would have just taken care of himself. Waboom is
in the friend zone. He's already in the friend zone.
Waboom got picked to be on the show by the producers, no question. But he got picked because of Blake E. They saw tension there, and they were like, okay, let's have this fight happen later on. He fucked up so badly, and he is a fuck up, so whatever. See you later, Blake. This guy's a loser.
Also, though...
Oh, you said we got a demon. You said we got a demon for Blake.
We got a demon, first demon. And this is like to give him some credit, actually, why I think he may be acting the way he is. Thought he might be a bit closeted. Maybe.
Oh, maybe a little bit. Right.
So he's like trying to divert attention onto other people so no one kind of focus on him. I don't know. And if that's the case, then I understand him a bit more. But if it's not, then I don't.
Little overcompensation in that opening package where he said, like, women love his dick or whatever. It's like, please, get out of here.
Yeah, like that feels like, oh, maybe you're just being too much because you like dudes and you haven't come out with it yet.
Yeah. Blake K. We were all disappointed that Blake K didn't make it because he didn't get a rose. You brought up the fact that you'd read somewhere that maybe he had some family emergency, and then they all kind of like faked. Oh, it wasn't you? It was Glenn. Oh, it must have been Glenn. Yeah. So Glenn brought that up, that maybe it was some issue that he had to leave, and then they all kind of like played along. But like, and I said one point that supports that is that when he came out of the house, he after getting like dumped, he didn't seem to care. He was fine. Yeah. Like he was okay with it. So and he had like some like, reasonable things to say after. But then also against it is that if there was a family emergency, he came out of there pretty smiley. Like I didn't see an urgent family emergency being Blake K's reason to leave. So I don't know.
He was like there till 6 a.m.
Yeah, exactly. He was there till broad daylight.
Emergency. Maybe he just said that. You know what I mean?
Maybe he said that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't an emergency, but it was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to be in this tomorrow, So
this is where the long stuff started.
Yeah.
I think he described somebody as his like perfect mate would be long. And then since here is where we start talking about long.
Okay, so just know that going forward, because when it kicks in a few minutes, you're gonna hear the word long being tossed around quite a bit.
Or maybe it happens later. This episode's a bit of a mess, frankly.
It's a bit of a mess.
We don't know what's going on.
Brady is the male model. He's the guy who, like,
we kind of passed by him. Like,
we kind of passed by him because he made it through, but this guy's not going anywhere. He didn't stand out really at all. He's there probably because of his looks, I guess. So whatever. Good on Brady.
Maybe just to have a model, but what does he model?
We can't hear you from that far away. Cool. Okay, we got Brian up next. Of course, Brian was the recipient of the first rose, the first impression rose.
Huge moves by this guy.
Huge moves by this guy. He also got the first and only smooch, right?
Yeah.
So we were all talking about how Brian, his picture on the website doesn't do him any credit because it doesn't look great, but
No.
in person he was a lot better looking. We all said.
But we also said that he had a bit of a maybe old school way of thinking about how women and men react in their position. If you read about what he thinks about having kids, he thinks, well, you should have 2 boys and 1 girl because, boys always need a friend and that should be a boy and that they need to protect their sister.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
very odd way to put it. And he was kind of like saying weird stuff to her, like, you better be scared or something. I don't know what it was. It was something like that.
Said
it was like
someone was trouble or she was in trouble or something like that. I don't know.
Like he's this big macho man, So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Right on. So Brian, also the oldest competitor. He's 37, I believe.
Which we like.
Which is good because Rachel's in her 30s. I don't know. That's a bit of a jump. I'm not willing to. I think that's outside the Yarmo index. Personally, I think that's not going to pay off for Brian. And the next one here is where we kick in. So I'm just going to start off because I don't know if I say it in the video, but oh no, I must say it. So I won't even get into it. Bryce is here. He's the firefighter. And with that,
get into the bad comment he made that ABC put on.
That's basically when the video cuts in. You're going to hear us talking about a moment where he said something about the transgender people, but we do explain it. So Okay, so you're caught up. I'm very sorry about this. I don't know what happened, but whatever. You gotta roll with the punches. Here comes the majority of the show still.
We love you.
And
yeah. Just know that from here on out, none of us at this point in time knew that this had happened.
Of course, yes. And in fact, Glenn and Liv still don't know.
Still don't know. Let's hear this with them. Don't want to let them down.
Okay, here it comes.
We'll never know. Let's see if they listen to it and ever find out.
They won't know. They won't know about this. It'll be one of you, our dear listeners, telling them about it. If so, if not, let's just keep it a secret between us. How's about that?
So funny. We should actually it's not actually a secret, but let's see how long it takes them to figure out that this has happened.
Yeah, I bet it'll be someone commenting on Facebook being like, "Hey, the opening with Andy and just Sarah's voice is weird."
Yeah, that's true.
Although I guess if you're listening to the audio, you're not missing anything. You're just getting just our voices. All right. Well,
this one works out because I don't want to do it again.
Yeah. No, we're good. This is all there is to it. Okay, guys.
Okay.
Thanks for bearing with us. This looks like a good season. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
That had that trans comment.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was.
Oh, I didn't even know about this. What's this?
Yeah, he put a comment on. It was like something like, "What would be the worst thing to happen on your date?" And it said, "If she was a dude."
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
They
yeah.
deleted.
And it was so stupid. Like, it's so stupid of him to write, and also very stupid of ABC to put on their website.
Oh,
So for me, that shows really bad on ABC that they thought that was okay. Or what is it, ABC or CBS?
ABC. Yeah, ABC.
Like, that's really shitty. That's
He also fully admitted he wants to be an Instagrammer.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, no one's focusing on that. He's there for fame. One guy also, I don't remember who it is, we'll get to him, said he's there to be, like, seen and become something. Like,
Yeah.
he's there to be recognized. It's so crazy. And
Yeah.
obviously, well, boom.
I was thinking, I was thinking that maybe not bringing back the Bachelorettes to talk to Rachel at the beginning and to bring back Paskin from last season. Maybe it was a sign they're trying to sort of forget about the old generation now and sort of start anew or something. And there's been a lot of breakups too. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
let's concentrate on the present. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got to say this one thing before we move on from Bryce.
Please do.
We have a bit of an upside down face again.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am very
There's another
sorry
one,
about
too,
this.
that I will talk about later.
There is
Yeah.
a bit of an upside down face. And I think I discovered what I think upside down faces are and why I think they look like that. It's because his jaw is so much wider than the top of his head.
He's got a jug head.
Yeah.
He's got a
Yeah.
chin on his head. And
It's a bit of a chin head situation. And it does look like his face is somehow upside down. I don't get it. I don't get why that is. We got another Eddie from Bachelorette Canada, though.
Yeah, if you didn't listen to our Bachelor Canada season, we had an upside down face. Eddie, it looked, I think we described it as an alien putting together a picture of what they think a human looks like.
Yeah.
Now, for sure, now listen, Eddie's the king, whereas this guy is a mere, like, you know.
He's showing signs.
He's showing signs. Like, the alien technology is getting better.
He also looks like a bit of like a pixie fairy.
A pixie fairy. His eyes are his eyes do that
nice
for
eyes.
me.
His ears.
I don't-
Yeah,
it's
like
not elf ear.
He does have elf ears. He's, you know what?
He
This
has
guy's a
elf
bit of an elf. We got an elf.
we got an elf.
We got an
elf
upside down faced
100%.
elf.
Yeah, and he also looks like what's giggity giggity giggity.
Yeah. he
Yeah,
does.
that's that wide jaw. That'll do that.
What's
Yeah,
that
so
guy's name
wide-
again? Glenn something.
Who?
The guy on Family Guy.
Family
Giggity.
Oh yeah. How
I've never watched Family
really
Guy.
just
Another-
shows that we do not watch Family Guy.
Another popular culture Glenn who's a total creep loser.
Ah.
Quagmire. That's
Quagmire. That's
Quagmire.
it.
Glenn Quagmire. Okay. Now let's move on to Dean, who almost looks like the aliens finally figured out Bryce and like
Yeah.
changed features enough. Little Dean, I think, is really cute. He fucked up on After the Final Rose with that black comment, which I liked that they talked about. I guess they kind of had to.
What did he say on after? I
He
can't remember.
said, "Once I go black, I'll never go back."
Yeah.
Oh.
And then she was like, she said, "Look, people are gonna think that's bad, but I thought it was funny. Don't worry about it."
Yeah.
So I got no problem with Dean.
I didn't think
What
it
did he
was-
come
what's-
in doing this time? He redeemed himself somehow,
I think it was
right?
just
Like
pretty straight up.
I don't
Intro.
know. I gotta say, Dean is very punchable to me.
Hmm.
Very punchable. Not in his actions, but just his face.
Interesting.
Like,
Not punchable for me.
he's
but
got
I
one of those
understand.
faces where I'm just like, no, I don't want to see that.
he won't get through because he said they asked him, "What does being married mean to you?" And he said, "I think marriage is an institutionalized sham derived from religious beliefs. That said, when I get married, it's a lifelong commitment."
I actually
It's
like
like-
that answer.
But it's like, what a like. So you don't like it, but you'll say you'll do it to get on
Yeah.
the show. Is I don't like him. I'm not into
Based
him.
on the preview, it looks like he makes it pretty far.
Yeah,
Saw a
I,
lot of Dean in the.
I did see a lot of
travel.
Dean as well.
I'm
yeah.
cool with Dean, man. I'm down with
Nah.
Dean.
Yeah,
And he
I'm
does
not-
look better in real life than the picture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's just something. There's something fake about his face to me. It's just
He's got
too.
a fake face. Yeah, he does look
Yeah,
like plastic.
that's what it is. It's just. Yeah, I don't buy it.
I don't like his hair. I don't like his hair at all.
I think he looks kind of like a demon, to be honest. He's got a bit of
He's got a bit of
vibe.
demon.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a demon. He's like the devil's son, like
Yeah.
Demon Junior.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a little Beezle Bob in there.
Diesel Bob.
Okay, let's get into our man Demario, who on AFR, I really like the look of Demario. Liv said, who does he remind you of?
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan,
Yes.
talented actor.
Yeah, definitely is a Michael B. Jordan
But
vibe.
as his cockiness through the episode really turned me off.
I hated it. Hated it. She has no time for this.
Yeah.
Andy, are you still there, Andy?
Yeah. I'm still here.
He's 6'4" long.
Whoa,
Wow.
that's
Wait,
long.
That's long.
He's a long guy.
Yeah, he's a long guy.
But I do think he might be in it for the wrong reasons. So
Well, I mean, Whitney warned everybody. And I got to say, though, by the time that the end of the episode, most people were thinking Josiah was more cocky than Demario.
He was.
'cause
He
Josiah
was.
just kept turning it up and up and up. That was bad.
one of his greatest accomplishments is being a great in capitals big brother.
Well, that's nice. Hey, that's okay.
It's just like, why not amazing? Just a great big brother.
Good. I mean, maybe he knows he's just great. I mean,
I don't know, man.
Greg's pretty great.
Only a little brother can decide that.
That's true. Yeah, maybe he did confirm it first.
I'm technically a big brother. I never considered myself one, even though I am. I don't know what kind of a job I'm doing. I actually
You're doing a great
I think
job.
during Scott's wedding speech, he
Yeah,
said
I
I
was
was
just
a good
gonna
big
say
brother.
you got confirmation on that 5 years ago.
I'm sure you did. I
Could
think
have done
Demar-
more.
You should check in again though. See how you're doing.
I think Tomorrow's a bit of a loudmouth. I didn't really like him. This whole thing of like whenever these people get on these shows and they go like, it's just me and her, and that's all that's here. Give me the rose now. Give me the like.
I hated
it's
it.
the only people. Like you can tell those are the people that are just there to win the.
Creepy.
Yeah, but they're there just to win the game show aspect of it.
Yeah,
They don't
that's,
even.
and it's weird for someone to claim somebody without really talking to
That's
them.
true.
It's very weird
I
that those
agree.
two guys kept doing that, and they're like, "She's mine, and she'll be my wife." And it's like, ew.
Yeah.
If she
can't
heard
argue-
that,
Can't argue with DeMar is a pretty handsome guy. He's
No, he is
tall,
handsome.
So
Mhm.
he's got that going for him. But he's not as stylish as our next contestant, Diggy.
Diggy, and doesn't have a cool name like Diggy.
Didn't he say the way he got it was someone was like, nice digs?
Yeah.
Doesn't that mean house? Because he was
Yeah.
talking about his...
I've heard. I think it's either one.
It can mean
okay.
it can mean a few different things.
Yeah.
So his name is either Housey or Closey.
No, or choosy. He was talking about shoes.
Oh,
Oh,
shoes.
yeah, Choosy.
Sorry, they're all equally poopy.
Diggy
tell ya.
poopy.
I love Diggy's tortoiseshell glasses.
They're nice.
Very nice.
They're
Yeah.
very nice.
But I'll tell you, I think Diggy overstyled himself on night one. He had a bow tie. He had like a checkered shirt. It was too much. It was like when NBA players go on a press conference after, and it's like they're really trying to stand out, but they don't need to, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like these glasses alone are enough.
Yeah, that's
Like,
a nice feature.
You need to do a bow tie with this, please.
And I think a lot of guys were styled pretty bad. There were a lot of bad suits this time.
Our next guy had a brutal outfit on.
I thought that going back to Brian, his suit looked like I'd describe it as one you'd find at Winners, which is what's the American equivalent? TJ Maxx?
Yeah.
Maxx,
Yeah.
It's one where you'd look at it and you'd be like, this looks stylish, and its original price was like $1,200. Now it's down to $100, but it's just weird.
There's
You know what I
just
mean?
something
like-
not quite right.
Like the lapel
Yeah.
was white
Yeah.
and
It's
yeah.
like a faux tuxedo.
Yeah,
almost
exactly.
is what he was wearing, which is like, it's weird when you wear tuxedos when you don't have to, especially fake ones.
Yeah. So what was Eric wearing? Let's move on to Eric.
Eric was
Remember-
wearing like a beige, ill-fitting suit with like a pink tie or something. We were like, nah, he's out. But I'm like, no, I think we got to look beyond the suit because I think he might do well. He's
I like
29.
yeah,
He's pretty cute.
He was in the mix
Yeah.
for me for a bit.
He was on AFR too, right? He was the dancing guy.
He was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
He made the best first impression on that show, I thought. He
Yeah.
did that fun dance, and then he tried to do it again this time. I was like, all right, you got to find another shtick, dude. Got to see some dimensions, man.
I love his answer for what is your favorite soft drink juice, and he says green drink.
It's just good movies aren't bad. Blue Chips, Bad Boys, and Equalizer. Not sure
Yeah.
what Equalizer is, but that's okay.
And I like what if you could live in any other time period, what would it be before money was involved?
Ooh,
That's
too
cool.
bad, buddy. That is no time period.
Yeah, that's like pretty far back, dude.
That's
Before
like
money, that
biblical
was-
times, right?
Yeah, I mean, trade and bartering counts when you're talking about
Yeah.
currency.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I bet he didn't
Eric.
think of that though.
Yeah. He wants to go back to the single-celled organisms of yesteryear.
He could go either way for me. He looks like he's nice. I don't know how I feel.
Yeah, it's too soon to tell.
Yeah, too soon. I agree. Now, what about Fred? Because Fred got some time.
Love it.
I love Fred, and that intro was interesting, man. I love that.
Yeah.
Bringing
I
out the
like
yearbook,
that.
that was a cool move.
There's
She
something about Fred though. That he just seems middle-aged or something. I
Yeah,
don't know
he
what
looks
it
like
is.
older,
Styling, and he's only 27.
That's weird. But
He's
Yeah.
6 long.
He's one of the younger guys involved here, and he did seem weirdly old, but like not to her though. She sees him as a little boy in
boy.
3rd grade pooping his pants at camp.
A little
Yeah.
fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
little bad kid. I like this aspect. I like we've never had a surprise like this. This is a fun turn that the Bachelorette has had.
Yeah, I agree. That's a turn that I like. And I was kind of, whenever they went back to Fred during the show, I was like, all right, here's Fred again. Like, I was interested to see his path.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
cool. So. Will he
And
win?
I
No,
like
he's
his
not gonna
person. No, he won't win. But the person he wants to be is Ellen DeGeneres. I'm like, that's a cool answer. A strong woman.
answer.
Like,
Yeah.
cool answer. I like that a lot.
Let's move on to Grant and then promptly skip him.
Yep.
'Cause he's out. Guy's
Yeah.
out. And get a rose.
Who
Grant-
cares? Peace, Grant.
He had a flashy outfit, but
So
he's
did
out.
most of
I
the
have
other people.
Nothing to say about
He's the
Grant.
paramedic, right? Came in on an ambulance?
Sure.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
so. Whatever. He
I
starts,
don't even remember him coming in. I saw him there and I was like, oh, okay.
He's under 6 long. That's probably why. Moving on to Iggy.
Iggy, another interesting name.
His name is actually Ignatius, right? Ignatius.
Ooh.
The name of the guy in
Uh,
Confederacy of
Confession- yeah.
Dunces. One of my favorite books. Okay. Yeah, well, I
oh,
don't really...
glaring red flag here. One of his favorite movies is Grandma's Boy.
Oh no!
Now, we've never talked about this on the podcast.
Not today.
But one time, many years ago, all 4 of us watched Grandma's Boy on
Not
DVD.
me.
Oh, you weren't
No,
there?
it wasn't Sarah. No.
Oh,
no.
that's right. Okay.
It was the other one.
That's right. It doesn't take away from that. That just makes me think that, Sarah, you've been around in my life all the time. But
Oh, that's nice.
we watched Grandma's Boy, and we all deemed it the worst movie we've ever seen immediately. It spurned a whole years-long thing. Andy got us the DVD for our my
Yep,
birthday, jokingly.
I think we still own it somehow. Yeah.
So that's a huge flag.
Listen, Grandma's Boy is so bad. It's like it's not just like a kind of a poorly made movie. It's like insulting to its viewers.
Yeah.
So that's why I hate it so much. So the fact that Iggy's it's his favorite movie, that doesn't say much for him. Also, what did this guy do the whole night? Why did he even get a rose?
Iggy complained the whole time.
Everyone's complaining about Waboom getting a rose. I'm complaining about this guy getting a rose. Screw him. Waboom deserved to be here more than he did.
No, Waboom sucks. Waboom's way worse than Iggy. Are you kidding me? Waboom's there to sell T-shirts.
I'd rather.
Good for him. At least he has a goal.
Yeah, that's true.
Waboom would be a pretty fun guy to run into at a party.
I would hate it. He'd be the worst.
Listen, the thing is that yes, screaming Waboom was certainly very obnoxious, and I fully hated it. But when he had that talk with what's his name, Blake?
Oh, that was funny.
It was funny, and he was funny in it. Like, okay,
what was his
he's
comeback?
like, everyone's got a little Waboom in them or whatever. Like, and I was like, you know what? I can't help but agree with that. Like, I think that's true.
Andy and I were in Baltimore, Maryland over the weekend, and we met a guy at a bar who's not unlike Waboom. He was trying to be a personality. He was big and loud.
pretty like Waboom.
Andy fell in love with him.
Yeah, he was very funny. I thought he was great, and then I realized
You're friends with him on Facebook now, aren't you?
I am friends with him on Facebook. Yeah,
Does he have a catchphrase?
it's probably something like Waboom.
I'll tell you, he committed to having a Hulk hand drink holder the whole night.
That's true. I
Kept that
forgot
thing on.
about that. Yeah.
But
that's right.
maybe we'll bring him on the podcast. We'll see.
We'll see.
Let's.
He was loud and cursed a lot and used a lot of inappropriate words.
Yeah, some things I didn't agree with him on, but that's life.
Totally.
Okay, let's talk about Jack Stone.
The only one whose last name is in the bio.
And some of the most flashy veneers I've seen on a gentleman in a long time.
Yeah, he has some flashy. We got a bit of a bird, I think.
Yeah.
Bit of a bird here. I don't know. I don't remember much about him.
He looks a bit like our neighbor.
Well, a little bit.
Jack Stone didn't do much.
Did he get a rose?
Yes,
he did.
And whenever they refer to him in his full name, Jack Stone.
Yeah, which I think is a producer thing to try and get us to remember him. But I don't think this guy does anything, and I'll tell you why. He's also an attorney from Dallas, right? And I bet you, I think that's very bad because Rachel's been through the lawyers in Dallas, I think. And I think she's like not in, I don't mean like been through them like all. I mean like she knows what those types of people are, and she's like probably dated one or two, and she's like, these guys are not cool right now. Like, I don't think these guys are cool. So I think she's going to go in with a bit of a preconceived notion about our boy Jack Stone, and I think that's going to work against him. Whether or not he's good or bad, I don't know. And I'm not blaming. I don't think that's wrong for Rachel to do. I think it's like if you were like single and you hadn't had a lot of success dating within a community, you probably wouldn't want to pull from that community on The Bachelor.
Right. Yeah, he came off as pretty bland to me. He had an intro video too, didn't he? But I think it was just that was another one of those courtroom scenes. They put him in one of them.
No, I don't think he had the courtroom scene, did he? Wasn't that the other attorney?
Josiah?
That was Josiah. Josiah had.
Oh, that's right. You're right. I'm wrong. Okay. Well, Jack Stone, we'll be keeping our eye on you, but you're not going to win. Up
Peace
next,
out, buddy. You're out soon.
up next, we've got Jamie. What's Jamie's story?
I have no idea.
Don't remember him.
He did get a rose.
He's only 5'9" long.
Ooh.
How
He likes
tall is
Elon
she?
Musk.
I don't know.
Yeah, she's pretty tall
think-
because I didn't notice her being short, but of course she had big heels
Yeah,
on. But
I
I
would
don't know.
guess like 5'6", 5'7", something
Let's
like that.
see. Maybe it'll say.
His ideal mate looks like a model.
Yeah, I looked at that and I didn't like it, but it says ideal.
True.
So
You'd be
like
kind of lying if you said anything otherwise. I
Yeah,
guess.
like maybe he's just kind of threw it out there. I think he's in a bunch of the tape. Like I thought I saw him in some of the future dates making out with her, but
From the
it's
notes-
hard because he kind of looks like another guy. He kind of looks like the guy beside Bryce, beside Upside Down Face. He reminds me of Dean a bit. Like I don't know, they just like kind of meld together.
He's got a little
Jamie's the
bit of
guy.
Dean in him. He also looks a bit like Jedediah, who got booted
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, Jedediah.
Jedediah was styled horribly, but Jamie was the one who was like Joe Bluth and talked about his $2,000 suit
Come on.
and his
really?
perfect hair and his perfect facial features. His
talked
hair
about
is
that?
pretty perfect, but his facial features, no. His
No.
earlobes are weird. There, bang.
Yeah, he got a wonky face a bit. So
Now Jedediah, he looks
cool
like
name.
he looks like he wanted to be Hugh Jackman's stunt double in the film Logan, and was even dressed like him a bit. He dressed like a limo driver. But
Yeah.
man, he sucks.
He's
Yeah.
gone
Yeah,
anyways.
he was
Doesn't matter.
boring.
What
But
a
a
bad
cool
picture.
job, ER physician.
That's
Yeah.
a tough job.
That's a tough job, and I bet he really helps people. But anyways, peace.
Anyways, peace. Next up, a bird that looks like Bradley Cooper.
Bradley
Ooh,
Cooper
the Tickle
bird.
Monster.
Yeah.
Or Jay Onright also.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Personality.
I
So-
would have been so upset if he had tickled me. I would
Yeah.
have hit him away from me, and I would have been like,
I would
"This
have
guy's out."
punched him or kicked him in the nuts or whatever my initial defense
We
move would
were
be.
unanimous at our viewing party that was way over the line
Ugh.
and that he
Yeah.
should have been sent home immediately.
How dare he touch her?
That was
Like,
pretty much assault. Like,
yeah, like jabbing her ribs. He is 6'2"
Ooh.
long, but
Long. And this was another one where it's, well, your occupation is a gimmick, so you're not going to win.
yeah, like his tickle monster. So you're a creep then. That's
He
what
also,
He's an
been
actor.
married. He's been married before.
He's got to
Yeah.
be an actor. This guy.
And I
Also-
don't like what he says about her. Tell us how you lost your virginity, or haven't you yet? With my ex-wife, pretty uneventful. Like that's shame on your ex-wife.
Harsh.
Yeah,
That's
fuck
shit.
him. Fuck
That
Jonathan.
guy. Fuck Jonathan. Not for real.
Now, fuck Josiah? Not
Yeah.
yet, but he's getting close.
yeah,
He was one of those guys.
I think that
Yeah.
it was like he had the story, which is great. You need a story on the show, but he brought it out too early, it felt like maybe. Now, the people we were watching it with were like, yeah, but that's such a big part of him. It tells you so much about him, like where he is right now. And, obviously he had to get out that he's a lawyer to Rachel. But man, I don't know. That cockiness was really overshadowed everything else. And he's a cute dude, man. He's got a great story. He's
On
a career
paper, he
man.
seems great, but I don't know.
Yeah.
He was
was-
cocky, but like it felt to me like it wasn't like you're saying. It's like almost too much, but it wasn't.
I thought it was too much for me because he was saying, she's mine. Give me this. I get this. She will be my wife. I didn't like him.
The one thing that saved him, though, that I thought was at the end when he didn't get the rose, he's like, I admit it, I was wrong. Like, he wasn't like, oh, that's some bullshit.
That's
like,
true.
like, go off on a tirade. He was like, oh, wow, that sucks, but I was wrong. So, yeah.
Yeah. I've got faith in him. I think he'll come through. I think that might be first night, like a little bit of a bravado thing. Everybody's in the house. I'm willing to give him a pass on it. I think.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna like him. I could.
I
be
like
wrong.
him better
don't
than
think I-
DeMario.
Yeah.
I like him way better than DeMario. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm really out on him. He gave me a really like that would make me
DeMario
so
was being worse
uncomfortable.
than he was, though.
They both were like, for me, I would be very uncomfortable with both of them if I'd actually heard what they were saying as her. When there's so many other guys that are just being cool, like they're out to me. They're just like, there's other cool guys that'll deal better in this situation. That's not a game. It's a game to him. He wants to win.
Game.
I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think it is quite. I think he was just kind of. I think he's making up for something. But anyways, we'll see.
Now, I think I speak for all of us when I'll say that I fell in love with our next competitor.
Love it.
Oh,
Our boy Kenny, what's his nickname? Shit.
Oh,
caveman.
The
Oh,
pretty
no.
boy Pitbull.
Oh,
Pretty boy Pitbull, Kenny
didn't he
King,
have a caveman tattoo or
He
something?
did. He had a
though?
tattoo that said caveman.
Right.
dude.
Which I actually kind of like.
Dude, Kenny King is no joke of a wrestler. He's like,
Yeah.
he's for real good.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know. He's like well known, right?
Yeah,
Is
he's
he
in
the
Ring of Honor.
WWE?
No,
Or
no,
is
no.
he Ring of Honor?
He's in Ring of Honor, but he was on the second season of WWE Tough Enough.
You know what I
And
imagine?
He's like
while
pretty
watching this?
good.
I imagine him making the jump to WWE, having a wicked wrestling career in WWE with Rachel at his side.
Oh, she's his manager.
I would
And I
love
loved
it.
it.
I would love it.
If we're talking about my type, I mean, I don't think we could have found a man that was more my type. He's kind,
built
he's
you like you like.
broad-shoulder,
Yeah.
he's built like I like, he's a bit of a thicky boy, like, and he's very nice. He seems very nice, and like, he does this, like, what people would think, like, a very manly job of wrestling, but then he's so tender. He's like, that's not me. It's just what I do in the ring.
Loved him.
I loved him.
Yeah, physically not my type, but oh man, I fell in love with him too for sure. And I like how he was like kind of sarcastic about stuff too.
Yeah.
I hope he's gonna be our audience surrogate.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
he will be.
Well, I hope he goes beyond that. I hope he wins the whole damn thing.
Well,
But,
but
yeah.
in
man,
the
his-
meantime,
his daughter
He's
was a big 10-year-old.
yeah.
She had huge arms.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I bet they have a lot of like physical activities together because
That's
Already
true.
training.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, is that somebody at our viewing party surmised that might be the oldest child of a
Yeah, I
contestant
think
in
it might be.
Bachelor history?
And he's older. He's 35. I think
35.
she'll like these older guys more. I
Yeah.
think these young guys, she's so smart and she's already 31. Like, she's not going to want these duds who
Yeah.
are saying stupid shit.
And I could see her not minding the kid. I mean, obviously she needs that takes a lot. Like that is a hurdle to get over, no matter if you want kids or not. But I could see her being open to it. So
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be interesting, and I love Kenny, and I'm so glad he's on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Me
And I
too.
hope there's a wrestling challenge at the end.
Yeah, I hope he really wins everything.
Kenny King, trained by Al Snow, Chavo Guerrero,
Whoa.
Bob Holly, Nick Bockwinkel, Lisa Moretti, and Scott Casey. So some these are some WWE Hall of Famers that train them, and these are the guys who train like all the best
It's pretty
best
impressive.
wrestlers. So, anyways, yeah.
Well, our
What
next
I,
guy.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Do you,
Just one last thing.
Yeah.
What I like about him, he is an entertainer, but he's not on here to become famous. He's
Yeah.
not like an actor.
he's like on his way out when it comes to wrestling, kind of.
Yeah, that's what I'll say about a lot of these guys. Some guys, obviously, even in their bios, say they want to become famous, but there are a lot of guys with actual jobs, which I enjoy.
That's true. Yeah, there are a lot of professional men.
Yes.
I don't know if our next contestant is a professional, but it doesn't matter because he's gone. Kyle.
Again,
bye-bye, buddy.
nothing to
Nothing.
say.
Nothing to say about
I don't
Kyle.
remember what he did.
Don't remember
Obviously
him
he
at
didn't do
all.
much.
Is he the guy that was upset about how well he was dressed when he left? I think he is.
No, that's Milton.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
Milton.
that
Yeah,
was
you're right. That was
Milton.
Milton. Yeah,
He
you're
had
right.
so many outfits that he didn't get to show.
His
Unreal.
outfit was the worst one there.
Yeah, it was really
Oh,
bad.
it's too much.
He didn't know how to tie a tie. Anyway, whatever. We'll get to him, I guess. Now, this next guy, Lee, came in with the guitar. You need one. You always need a singer. But the real fireworks happened in the season preview because they didn't
Yeah.
really give a hint of his villainousness. Man, what a hairdo in that.
Yeah.
What a hairdo, period. It's like he saw Conan O'Brien and was like, not enough.
That's a
go
very
bigger.
good parabola.
I think what we're
Yes, it
seeing
is.
here with this guy is he saw Chad and he was like, oh, Chad's making a bunch of money now and is famous for being the villain. So I'm going on this show to be the villain.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's all it is. And I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
And I really hate him.
I hate him too.
Yeah.
And yeah, there were even some racial undertones there. Then he was like,
Yeah.
I'm a Southern boy, and you know what happened? Like, ugh.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna like many of these guys. I also felt that. I was like, whoa, okay, hang on.
Oh,
Yeah.
speaking
Pump
of
your
Chad,
brakes,
just
Lee.
quick side note: did you guys see on Reddit today? Someone posted that Chad trademarked Waboom. If he actually did, that's a wicked move.
That's
I hope that's true.
Oh, I'm sure he did. He does stuff
oh,
like that all
he
the
does
time.
it all the time. Yeah.
I kudos to Chad if he did that. But yeah, Lee. I don't like country music singers generally anyway, and that's just my taste in music. That's nothing against the people, but this guy, man, geez, it looks like Rockadoodle, the cartoon rooster.
He's pure
Yeah,
rockadoodle, and he came in. And let me tell you something. He, as a person who's listened to a lot of country music in his lifetime, because my parents love it, he has a terrible. It's like a guy doing an impression of what they think country music is. It's like, like every single thing he said was like that in that little song, and it was brutal. This guy sucks.
Yeah, he was ribbiting, man. The ribbits me. He's a frog.
Yeah,
right?
he's pure frogging it, dude. You're
Ruh.
terrible. That's not how
Yeah.
they do it, man.
Yeah, that guy's a frog.
he
Anyways,
sucks.
now let's talk about a real man.
Yeah,
Oh.
hashtag Waboom. It's Lucas. It
I hate him.
I mean, he made a splash. He didn't even hide the fact that he's there to promote himself. Obviously, he's not going to win.
Yeah, he's
Kind
just
of
trying
dumb
to.
that he's on there, but I
If
don't
he
know.
wins this season, I am never watching it again. I'm saying that right now.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
I quit.
This
If
podcast
he wins,
is
I
over.
quit.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Well, we should make a pact then. If Lucas wins, we'll never.
It's all
All right, if
over.
Lucas wins, we're never doing another one of these again.
Okay.
Ever.
Deal.
He is another guy, like we're all talking, we all know this, but he's just on it to become Instagram famous and sell T-shirts. And it's like, I haven't seen people coming in with this motive before. I've seen people want to be like, the being kind of silly and be caught for being kind of funny and stuff. But like Daniel came in, and he was really funny, but he wasn't trying to be. It's just Daniel. Like, he has no idea that that's how he is. And this guy was selling his T-shirt before the episode.
And the guy in his T-shirt didn't even look like him.
No.
The Waboom avatar, if you will.
No, he's
he's not allowed to sell that anymore. There's royalties that have to be paid out to Chad. That's
I
terrible.
love if Chad did that. I love it though.
I don't like it at all. It's really sleazy.
But coming in and trying to sell T-shirts is lazy. So
I don't think it is. Not if they let you on the show. If they let you on the show, that's your that's your thing you did to get on the show. And if they let you on the show, then guess what? You did something that they want.
If you disagree with Waboom, you disagree with the producers because they're who enabled Waboom.
Exactly. I don't blame Waboom. Hey, listen, we've all got a little Waboom in us. We certainly do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Get it out. I don't want it.
You do have a little bit of Waboom in you, and I'm sorry, you like it or not, you do.
Yeah, I agree.
To the doctor.
I agree. So whatever. I'm sure we'll be talking about him until he's inevitably gone.
Yeah,
but,
he wasn't in any of the previews, so
No.
I'm pretty sure he's
wasn't.
gone
I
next
thought that was
for
so
sure.
funny.
Because Blake and him are not going to get in a fight, and then the producers are going to be like, okay, fine, you can kick him off.
next up, we've got Matt, who showed up in a penguin costume. I don't know what to say about this guy.
They didn't show him any.
He looks kind of like a hockey player.
Yeah.
He looks like a veteran hockey player.
He has the least amount of hair out of any of the contestants.
Yeah.
He has that distinction. And when he took off his penguin hat, it really looked rough.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad for him there. Will he win? No, he won't win.
No.
Nope.
Is Train one of his favorite bands? Yes.
Oof. He certainly won't win.
Rough.
That's
Okay,
just the
well,
way.
that's enough. I mean, the penguin thing was just copying Shark,
Alexis,
Dolphin, Alexis, and it got you through the first night. So good on you. That seems to be a proven strategy.
It's like they all drew straws. Like, okay, we need one person to go in a costume. Who's it going to be? And he drew the short straw. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't even think so. I think he's like, well, I'm going to do it. I called it first.
I love how he also like, you like penguins, and she's like, oh yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I do.
That's great.
Okay, our next boy Michael is gone, and I don't remember him at all, so we don't have to talk about him.
But his tattoo is.
No, he's not gone.
No, I think he's.
Oh yeah, he's gone.
Michael's gone. Yeah.
He had a tattoo on his right arm that said, "Let us love not in word or speech, but in truth and action." Just such a typical he doesn't even know what that means. Come on, bullshit. I hate when people.
He's gone.
He's
got
gone.
a bullshit tattoo. You're gone, except for Kenny, because he's got a cool caveman tattoo. Let's talk about Milton, who thought he was the best dressed man. He thought he was going to be in the top 3, no problem.
Everyone in his life tells him he's a star.
Yeah, he's the guy who in his bio says that he's here to be famous, too.
And I'm glad he's gone.
Yeah, fuck him.
Partly why he's gone, his only tattoo is inside his bottom lip.
Oof.
Gross. What is he, like a polar bear that needs to be tracked? Come on. It's a very specific reference of thing I saw on the Discovery Channel once. Yes,
yeah,
but
he is sedated and researched every spring thaw.
Yeah, exactly. he was like crying and okay. This guy reminds me so much of somebody who's been told his whole life that he is special. So that checks out. And the fact that he was crying and then's like, I'm just frustrated. I had a lot of great outfits to wear. It's like, you're not just frustrated. You're terribly depressed. You're terrible. You think you're gonna be single forever. At least say why you're crying. Don't try and fake us out. We know you're not crying over your suits, you weirdo.
His suit was so bad, and he thought he was the best dressed. His tie was, I can't even begin to tell how bad his tie was.
There's a little bit of creative editing from the beginning. You could tell they took that clip of him saying I'm the best dressed person here and put it at the rose ceremony as if he was trying to be like, hey, I should be picked because I'm the best dressed person here. No, they were just asking him that. And, but anyways, whatever. The fact
let's
that
go on to the next
he still
guy.
sucks.
Well, the next guy
was, oh no.
Poor Mo. So remember when Josiah was like, yeah, go talk to her. And Mo was so wasted at that point. And during the rose ceremony, you could see him swaying. Too.
Yeah.
He just never.
When he was watching
mojitos, bud.
Here's another sign for me, though. For that moment, you just brought up to my
Moment.
memory when Josiah was like pushing him on her. That's not nice for her. She has to deal with a drunk guy then. Protect her in that situation.
Come on.
No,
he was
I
just
think
being
he
nice.
should.
No, he was being nice. He was being like, come on, man, get in there. Get your time.
No,
I think he was being like, this is going to be funny.
Yeah.
when he
I
did it.
also think that he thought it was going to be funny. Yes, that's fine.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
That's the thing that I used to do that to people.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
I would take advantage of people when they were inebriated.
But
Whoa,
just
Glenn,
to do funny things.
explain
yeah,
that.
but just to make them
So
do
you
funny
would
stuff.
take advantage of people when they were inebriated.
that
That's
came
what you
out
said.
terribly.
That's what you said, bud.
But I
Please
loved,
explain.
well, when our friends were drunk at our friend's farm that one time, yeah, we were all throwing chips and ground beef at each other, and then it kind of ended up that the two drunkest guys ended up fighting, and I got away scot-free. But I had something to do with the original, you know what I mean? I was pulling strings.
You're a bit of a weasel.
I am a bit of a weasel.
Rascal.
A little bit of a shit disturber.
I am a shit disturber, that's
I
true.
think we have a bit of a weasel coming up. He just looks like one a bit.
Our boy Peter?
Oh, Peter?
No, he's no
I
weasel,
like
man.
him. I like him.
Oh, I
He's
love
gonna go
Peter.
far.
This is a terrible picture of him.
It's
Yeah,
an awful
that's what I
picture.
said.
He looks
But
like a drunk Disney villain in this
on-
picture.
When I read that he had done modeling, and then I saw this picture, I was like, I could see how if you had a proper fashion photographer with a a nice ocean background, he could pull it off. But then when you see him on the show, it's like, whoa, he handsome.
He handsome. His teeth are a bit weird in some of the shots, but I think it's just the lighting or something. Because
Plus,
he's
it matches.
like that.
Gap matches Rachel. It's perfect.
Yeah. It's kind of that episode of Seinfeld when the woman is like, she looks one way in
Oh,
one
the
light,
two-face,
and
yeah.
then another.
Two-face.
He's a bit of a two-face to me, but he
He's
seems very
bang
nice.
on. In terms of Yarmo Index,
He's
we're
bang
right there.
on, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's perfect.
And I liked what he was saying throughout the whole episode. He kind of kept a cool head.
I don't love him yet, but I think I might.
And it's hard for you to admit that someone's attractive, even when you're like, yeah, I get it.
It's not hard for me to admit.
No, you just have high standards. You know what you like.
I
That
do. We all
also
do.
came out wrong, and if you're
Yeah.
a listener of this pod, you'll know that it happens a lot with me. I get embarrassed. I've already done it twice.
You're a shit disturber and you put your foot in your mouth all the time.
Yes.
We like this guy. I think he'll go far. He didn't have too much happening in this episode,
He'll go
but
far.
he'll go far.
Yeah.
Now, our next guy, he looked like a contestant on The Bachelor from a decade
The
ago.
Bachelorette season 1.
Yeah,
That's where
he
this
looked
guy
like,
is.
He looked like Ryan. He
Yeah.
looked like Trista's husband. Like, even his
in
styling and his
2004
glasses.
or whenever that was.
For me, I kept saying to Anessa, it looks like someone took his chin, flopped his head upside down, warmed it up a bit, and everything kind of melted to the top of his head.
I don't know if I see that, but
What
I
a bizarre
abstract
thing to say about
thinking.
this guy.
I
Yeah.
thought he looked like he had gotten out of jail, and while in jail, he had grown a huge beard and shaggy hair, and then he broke out, and we saw him right after he got back into public and is trying to hide from the cops, so he put on a floppy suit and a big pair of glasses.
Okay.
And shaved.
Okay.
bit of a
I
Superman.
think he looks like if you told a little kid, but not too little, to draw a handsome guy, and then he came to life because of a magic fairy that brought him to
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a, like, his face looks,
Like, and I don't
A
mean
bit
exactly like, I mean like kind of weird proportions and like
but he's handsome.
neck is a
Yeah.
bit too long, but like they got the hair kind of right, like they got
I'm
the.
telling you, some fairy that you're talking
It's-
about flipped his head over, warmed it up a bit, and his face is a bit melted. And it all settled and let it dry a bit. Didn't totally melt it, just warmed it up.
No, it's, you know what it,
Melt here. I'm seeing no
Yeah.
melt.
it's an art student.
Melts around the eyes. I feel melty.
It's a
meltiness.
student in like grade 6 who's like learning to draw, and you look at it, you're like, they're a pretty good drawer. That's pretty good. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
The kid would name it Melted Man. Okay.
It's too bad he doesn't have his bad frames on in this glass,
Yeah.
because that in this
Yeah.
picture, those really didn't do him any favors.
I
But
was
he's
I-
gone. He's
I-
gone. It doesn't even matter.
I know he's gone. I liked the look of Robin. He seemed like a pretty cool guy, but it's too bad.
Our last guy is Will, who I don't remember. He did get a rose.
I thought.
do you
Will-
remember?
Oh, nice. He did. Yeah.
I don't think they showed a lot of him.
They
I don't-
didn't show him
No.
much, but he's in a lot of the previews.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Hmm.
They make out
He's
for
pretty
sure.
cute. He's all right.
Yeah, I liked him.
He doesn't pop for me yet, but We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. So that brings us to the end of the hunk list.
Yeah.
Now, in general, I like this crop. I think we know her husband is in here, or her
Yeah,
fiance, so that's good.
Yeah, I kind of feel like we have the extremes. We have full-on duds who are trying to be famous, and then really great guys.
Yeah, I think so
And
too.
then there's like some people in the middle, but she will find a really good guy out of this group, I think.
And it's almost kind of, I like that we've already established the villain is Lee. We know that. We know
Yeah.
that the weirdo is Waboom. So we kind of have that down. So maybe we can hit the ground running next week. I don't know. Maybe it'll start good. It'll be nice and quick. I'm hoping
Yeah.
so. Because, and I mean, if things play out the way they usually do, the first 6 weeks will be dominated by Lee. We'll get really sick of him. We'll complain about him every week. He'll go on a two on one. He'll be gone. And then we'll get down to the real business, which is finding Rachel a fiance.
Yeah. So should we do our top three?
This is big. We got to talk about our top three and our dark horse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Play along with us. If you want to send us your 3 picks and your dark horse, tweet at us, send us email, whatever. We love hearing people's opinions. We sent around an article today about what are the odds that the contestants have this year based on tons of research they did by analyzing all 33 seasons. I don't know. We weren't really able to use much of that insight in picking these, except for like a couple things like the first impression rose. Turns out doesn't really matter. So that, I don't know. I don't know if Brian's on any of your lists, but let's do it. You guys ready? This is big.
Yeah.
I'm going to write it down so we know who wants to start.
I'll start.
All right, Sarah. Top 3 plus dark horse.
Okay, so I'm gonna say my number 1 is Kenny.
Right on.
Okay.
Can't disagree
And
with you
then Anthony.
Right.
For sure. And then I'm going to put Brian in this because I saw he got this first impression rose. I agree that doesn't always count, but I did see him a bunch in it felt like
That's fair.
emotionally he kind of hit it off with her.
Yeah. And they're a couple that's going to hit the ground running. And if he gets an early one-on-one, then he's looking real good.
Yeah. My dark horse is Peter.
Peter. Okay. Okay.
Peter's your dark horse.
Yeah, I feel like Brian, like for me, it's like him and Brian are kind of up in the air, but right now for me, Brian is there, so he's my dark horse. Peter's the guy I don't know.
Okay,
about.
we always have this discussion.
Yeah,
but
there's always an argument
is
about
dark
dark
horse your 4th pick, or is he like someone you?
No, he's my dark horse. He was a guy I
Okay,
wasn't
so you
really
really
thinking
actually he's
about.
not on your radar at all.
He wasn't.
Okay.
Well, no, but they always are on my radar a bit because there's other guys that are kind of on my radar.
Well, all I'm saying is that would he be, if you were to rank them 1, 2, 3, 4? Is he number 4?
He's number 4 for sure.
Okay, then that's not a dark horse.
No, you're saying out of these 4. No, Andy, I don't know what he is. He's my dark horse because I wasn't thinking about him until I watched
He
the
can
episode.
be your dark horse. That's okay.
And then he was my dark horse. I can be intelligent enough to know which one my dark horse
I'm not
is.
saying you're not intelligent. I'm just saying I
You
think
have this
dark horse.
argument. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Every
spirit of the
time.
dark
The
horse.
dark horse is whatever you want it to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, to
Andy
you two it
disagree
is,
on
but
that.
to Glenn and I, we know what it means when you're talking about like rankings
No,
and
that's
like.
what
So,
I'm
for
saying.
example, the Nashville Predators were a true dark horse to make it to the Stanley Cup Finals this year because they were ranked 16th of the 16 teams that went in.
Andy, and
right?
I understand. I know that you guys know what you're talking about, and so do I. And this is my dark horse because there's no one I even think has a chance.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. So
you know
then,
what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's
okay.
not
I
a
see what
guy
you
that
mean.
I'm like, oh, that guy could do it. I don't see a guy that could.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And I don't think this guy is number 4th necessarily. I think, there's other guys that could come in too. Like Will could
So you
make
do
it.
think
Will-
there's other people with a chance then?
Oh, yeah, but I don't think he's 4th in line. I just think this guy's the dark horse for me. I don't.
Okay.
Please let me have an answer. Jesus Christ.
Oh no! Hey man, this
Well,
is your
gonna
answer.
Continue to happen every season.
Listen,
and
we have this.
matter.
We have this every time we pick. This isn't anything new.
True. Okay, who's next?
Okay, I'll go.
Okay, I'm ready to jot it down.
Because yours will be right.
Whoa.
You deserve it, man.
This is real love. This is what
This is
day-to-day
real
love
love.
looks like.
Okay.
Okay, great. All right. Mine is Peter is my number 1. I think Peter is strong chance. I think my boy Kenny's up there.
Kenny's 2?
Yeah, Kenny's 2. I don't know, man. I think I've been going back and forth between them, but I guess I got to take. You know what? I think I might take Diggy.
Diggy number 3.
Going Diggy number 3, and then I'm gonna take dark horse, Matt.
Ooh, which one's he again?
Penguin.
True dark horse.
Yeah, I feel like that. I don't think.
That's what I always do, though. I always go off. I always like to pick off the one or two that are agreed upon, and then go a little bit on my own. That's how I got JoJo that one time.
That's true. I think you might have the best. Well, you and Sarah, I think, usually do pretty well on this. Liv and
I was
not
brutal
so much.
last time. I was terrible.
I think
last
I
time.
nailed it last time.
Yeah, Liv nailed it last time. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
go
who
for it.
was the last?
Not to say I'm gonna nail it this time, but okay. So for me, hate to be a broken record, but Peter. He's not my favorite, but I think he has a huge shot.
Yeah.
So yeah. Then I love Anthony. I'm going number 2 on Anthony. Haven't seen much from him, but I like it. Then Kenny, because he's the best. And whether or not you agree this is a dark horse, I do not care. It is. I'm going with Eric.
Oh, I think that's a good dark horse.
That was going to be my dark horse. I'm going to have to switch this up. Okay. So we're all on the same page here. I'm going to go, just to even things out, I'll go Kenny number 1, Peter number 2, and then I think, you know what? I'm going to go off board. I'm going to do Eric number 3.
Ooh, changing it as you speak.
Yeah. And my dark horse is going to be Alex.
Ooh, Alex. You know what? I also picked Adam as a dark horse, but I think that's a little too dark.
The other person I was thinking as a dark horse, or even potentially more, is Fred.
Oh, yeah. That's interesting. I had Diggy. I agreed with Andy on Diggy. I think Diggy might make some waves here. Now, here's something to think about. Now that our picks are in, good picks, everybody. I can't wait to see what we end up with. Now, in the preview for the whole season, there was that part where Rachel is tearing up and she's like, I don't want to be, people aren't going to like my decision or my decision making, something like that. Now, your gut reaction is that that's going to be like, well, she had sex with someone and everyone's going to be scared.
I didn't even think
But-
that. Yeah.
No,
Oh,
I
really?
didn't think that at
Yeah,
all.
so who was it? Bridget at our viewing party thought that maybe what happens is she eliminates a lot of the black guys early on.
That's exactly what I
and
thought
there's
it
gonna be
was.
a lot of white guys in the end.
Really?
I feel like
Maybe.
that's exactly what I thought it was. I thought it was like near the end, there's a white guy because that looked like it. That's her finale dress. That was her finale dress she was in when she was doing that interview. So I feel like she's deciding between a black guy and a white guy at the end. And imagine being a black woman doing this, though. It's got to be so hard.
yeah.
There's so many different people watching what you do, and so many different people have so many different reasons for not agreeing with you. And she's just going to get flack no
Yeah,
matter
it's
what.
true.
So
It's
she's
like she
just going to
can't
go
win.
with. She can't
Yeah.
win. She really can't. And I feel like I really feel for her because she's so cool, and I feel like it's going to be super hard for her no matter what.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this season plays out. And it looks like we're taking all around the world to some exotic locations.
Classic.
Mostly northern.
Yeah, there are a lot of jackets in the preview. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with that. So, yeah, what else? I mean, that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
We covered a lot of
Yeah,
it.
that's it. It's a long one.
Yeah.
I say this though. Britt got engaged.
Britt did get engaged. That's true. I saw that earlier too.
Yeah.
And it made me realize
Britt?
I looked fondly upon Britt. I thought about it. I was like, yeah, I like Britt.
Yeah, she's fine.
Which one's Brit?
Remember she lost out to Caitlyn in the one-on-one battle for Bachelorette?
Oh,
Kelly
yeah.
Kapowski, man.
Also, Ben and we were tweeting about it, but Ben and Lauren broke up.
Yeah, that is true. Good riddance.
Seemed
to
like
both
a
of them.
long time coming.
I hope they
Yeah.
fade into obscurity, to be quite honest. I saw a video on YouTube that someone posted of Britt supposedly tossing shade toward all the people on The Bachelor and Bachelorette who do Instagram. And she was talking about how everyone uses bad lighting. And now she's engaged. It was cool. I don't know. Whatever. It was positive in the end. What else is going on? Sarah, you got anything? You got any heat?
No, I think that's like it's kind of the beginning of everything. And
Yeah.
they'll definitely. Well, I mean, we have the crystals thing, but we had like a real gossipy episode the last time we did it.
Yeah, we
so
did,
I feel like JoJo is doing a flip of a house. They seem like they're rocking, and yeah, that's about it. And Nick was on Dancing with the Stars. He did lose, and that's about it there too.
Damn.
And we covered that in our like kind of mid-season gossipy episode, which is the last one. You can check out on the feed here.
Yeah, if you haven't listened to that, why not? I don't even remember what we talked about for a lot of it, but that's what makes it so fun.
Yeah,
Yep.
Feels like you're in our house talking to us, even though we were on two coasts. So, yeah, I'm excited, guys. I'm excited about this season.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great.
Talking about these guys again, I was scared that because we're recording on Wednesday, I'd be like, I forget all these guys. But I remember a lot of them, which isn't usually the case. So
I remember especially seeing them. This time there weren't a lot that just stuck in my head, but once I saw their pictures again, I was like, oh, like that's why Peter's my dark horse, because I never really thought anything of him. And then I'm like, maybe he'll win. He honestly was never a big thing for me, so it'll be interesting. Yeah, he just didn't do it for me, but we'll see.
Cool. Well, should we bring it on home?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
Yeah, well, we'll see everybody next week. Remember to hit up our Patreon if you feel like supporting the show directly. And you can, the thing will say how to contact us in a second here. But yeah, remember we are having a Patreon. If you want to help support, get us some we can afford some gear and stuff and help out with our show. That's how we're able to do video and stuff like that, is once that kind of stuff happens. So yeah, thanks to everyone who is our Patreon, who are our patrons, I should say, who is already in on the Patreon, and we're going to start up the monthly Patron Hangout again. So that'll be at the end of every month. At some agreed upon date, we'll do a big Skype hangout with all the patrons who can make it, and we'll just chat Bachelor, Bachelorette. We'll chat reality TV. We'll just talk about probably our cat a bit. Glenn, I'll tell you about Mississauga. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, that's it. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
If you want to contact us, you can reach out to us on social media. We're at The Bachelor Pod on Twitter, and individually, we're at Andy Holbone,
At Glenn McCauley.
At Olivia McCauley.
At the Sarah Hillier, that's @TheSarahHillier.
If you want to support the show directly, you can go to patreon.com/thebachelorpod and donate there. Otherwise, we're thebachelorpod@gmail.com for an email, and thebachelorpod.ca, that's our website.